morning Year 6 and welcome to Monday's maths lesson. Today we're going to revise volume and how to calculate it using some basic formula. A couple of ways of calculating volume. To begin with, you can count the cubes. So you can look here on the screen and you can count the cubes that you can see. So obviously here, 1, 2, 3, 4, the volume here, the amount of space it takes up is 4 centimetres cubed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimetres cubed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 centimetres cubed here. On this one it's 4, and on this one it's a bit tricky because you have to think what's behind. You've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 centimetres cubed. So you can, oh look, we're right, you can count the cubes as you can see there. You have to be a little bit careful. You have to try and visualise in your head sometimes, which can be quite tricky. But there's another way, as you can remember here, it's cube counting again, but you have to look carefully and see there's half ones now. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. So 7.5. Here we've got 4, 5, 6, and that looks like a quarter. So I'm going to say 6.25. And on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And you've got 3 rows of 9, 3 9 to 27 centimetres cubed. And as you can see, we are correct. So counting cubes is fairly straightforward as long as you look closely at the details. However, there's a quicker way, and we know there is a formula you should remember from our Year 6 lessons. So to find the volume of this shape here, excuse me, we're going to start by counting the number of cubes in the first row. Each row has the same number of cubes, so we're going to multiply the number of rows. So in this case, it's 6 times 8, so the volume of this shape here is 48 centimetres cubed. They're all just one layer, so we were doing the length times the width times the depth. So in one of the examples, we did 7 times 5 multiplied by 1. But here, there's more than one layer of cubes. So if we look carefully, okay, we can see the top layer is 3 times 5, and each slice has the same number of cubes, so we multiply the number of slices. So in this case, it's 15 times 6, which is 90 centimetres cubed. But the best way is to use the formula for volume. So to find the volume of any cuboid, if you remember, hopefully you multiply together the length, the width, and the height. So the volume is width times length times height. So in this instance, it's 3 times 5 times 6, which would be 90 centimetres cubed. So if we look here, if we find the volume of these, okay, it's 4 times 3 times 4. So 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, and 12 multiplied by 4 is 48. Think about then. Okay, here they've not drawn it, the squares quite on, so you have to be a little bit careful. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2, which is 8 multiplied by 3, and 3 eighths are 24. Have a think of the last one. I've just given you the measures, so it's quite easy. 3 times 3 times 6, and remember, because multiplication, you can multiply these in any order you like. You could do 6 times 3 times 3, or 3 times 3 times 6. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 sixes are 54 centimetres cubed. Look at that. This is coming from a different angle. In these, we have to work out the lengths of the sides of the cuboids. Now it tells us each of these cuboids have the same volume, so we need to find the missing length. So if we look at the first one here, we've got 8 times 3 times 3. 3 threes are 9. 9 eighths are 72. So the volume of the first one here is 72 centimetres cubed. So if we look at A, we've got 6 times 6, and then times by A, the mystery number. So 6 times 6 is 36. So what do we multiply 36 by to make 72? Well, hopefully you know it's 2. So A is 2. Now if we've got B down here, okay, you're going to do the same thing. 12 times 1.5 will give you a number. What do you multiply that number by to make 72? So pause the video and have a go. Jot down your answers on a piece of paper, see how you get on. Pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully you pause the video and you've gone through and you've worked out your answers. So let's just check them. So if we look at B, 12 times 1.5 is 18. 12 times 1 is 12. Half of 12 is 6, so together is 18. How many 18s make 72? Well, I know that double 18 is 36, so that means 4 18s are going to make 72. If we look at C, we've got 4 times 4, which is 16. How many 16s make 72? So let's have a look, think of this. So 4 16s are 64. 5 16s will be 80, so it's too much. We want 8 less. So it's going to be 4.5, I think. And on D, we've got 1 times 12 is 12. 12 times what makes 72? Well, 6 12s are 72. And look at that, we're spot on. Hopefully you were as well. Well done. So there you are. The most important thing to remember is length times width times height, or sometimes called length times width times depth. If you do that, you'll work out volume. Remember, we write volume as centimetres cubed with the floaty 3. I think this is fairly straightforward. You were pretty good at volume when we were in school, when we did it before lockdown. So hopefully you're getting all right. But as always, if you're not sure, please contact me on Class Dojos. Or if you don't want to talk to me, you can talk to Mr. K. He will talk to you a lot and help you. Or you can talk to Miss Ellis as well. Take care and enjoy.